friends, today I'm going to walk you through using our email templates. I'm going to show you how to use the attachments, how to download, and how to upload into your email provider. Let's get started. Your first step is going to be downloading the PDF that came with your purchase. It says your template link. This is your template link for the emails. And then this is your template link for the checklist. You're going to want to open both of these in your browser. Please make sure that you are already logged into the correct Canva account. So we're going to just click here and we're going to open it into our browser, and we're going to do the same with the checklist. Now you can see I have them opened up in our browser. So what you want to do is click this edit template purple button on both of them. That is going to put this template inside of your Canva. So once it's in there, it'll pop open like this. And this is what your template is going to look like once you open it up. We have all of these can images. These are all just kind of image folders that we think that you should put your photo. Okay, this lady, she's just there to show you where you could put your images. So I've already started editing here. And this is what I came up with for me. So all I did was change this to white. I made this background a little bit darker. I put my logo. I typed out all of my information, and then I updated it with my photo. Let me show you real quick how to get your photo to look like this. So I actually really like just using my AI photos. I think that they turned out really good. If this is the, zoom in right here, this Remini is the app that I use. And if you are interested, I can do a training on that later. So let me show you how you can get your photo there. So I have a folder already in Canva with all of my photos. So I'm just going to scroll and look for the right one. When I have a darker background like this, I like to have a little bit of a lighter shirt. And I am just one of the people, I mean, you can make these decisions for yourself, but I just like a little bit more of a casual look. I'm not really a suit kind of girl, never have been. So what I'm just going to find the one that I really like. Let's see, where is it? And you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, she has so many. Well, that's because you kind of have to go through quite a few to find the few that really work for you. Okay, so here it is. So we're just going to click on it and it's going to open up in the slide. So sometimes what I like to do is just open up a blank page if I'm working on some things like this. So here's the image. So what we want to do, have the image selected just like this. We're going to come up to edit photo. And then we're going to go to a background remover. We're just going to let it work its magic. I'm not too worried about this down here because I'm really going to just cut it off anyways. So you can slide these in just a little bit there. And then you can resize that. And then that is what's going to go here. Okay, I did the same thing up here. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to update, and then just delete that whenever you're done. You're going to want to update all of your slides. So one of the easiest ways to do that, like I said, this is how it starts, right? So I would just change this first page and update it with exactly how I want it to look. Then what I would do, let's just say these are still the old template. Okay, so I would just update one page. I'm going to take my mouse. I'm going to hit that button, and I'm going to hold the button down. I'm going to drag it, and I'm going to select everything up here at the top. And then I'm going to hit the Shift key on my keyboard, and I'm going to hold it down. Actually, let me scroll down first. Okay, now I'm going to hit the Shift key. I'm going to hold it down. I'm going to do the same thing with my mouse, holding the button down. I'm going to drag and select. Now, you can let go with your mouse and then let go with your Shift key. And now you'll see that we have the top and the bottom selected. I'm going to copy that with my keyboard and then paste it with my keyboard on the next page. So now I have the exact same header and the exact same footer as above. And all I have to do is copy and paste. So that is a really quick way to update your slides very quickly. All right, so now you have everything updated. So like this is where you would update your people information. Again, I'm gonna show you this is a good place to just drag and drop. If this happens and you're like, my face is, double click And then you can drag it down and resize it for whatever you need. Same thing here. Click, drag down. There you go. You can update their names. Of course, you're going to want to update all of their contact information. Now, inspection dates, this is where you would come in and put in the dates yourself. So we're going to just copy and paste that. And let's say it is July 1st, 2024. So what I would do, though, we want to make sure that's nice and big so people can see it. Right? Okay, so there's that. Copy and paste. Okay. Termite, though, termite's going to be on the 8th. Right? We've got this fireplace inspection on, let's say, the 6th. And we're going to do the foundation is the same inspection. Okay. So then you're going to also want to update these phone numbers. Once you update these phone numbers, you can just copy and keep them the same. You wouldn't have to update them every time. It would just be these that you would need to update. Now that you have your email updated, it's time to scroll down to this page. It's page 5 that I'm looking at. And this is the page that has this checklist. So now this is the other link on the download that you received when you purchased. And we've already opened this up, right? What this is just an image of the flyer. Okay, we're just showing them this is what you're going to get. That's all we're going to focus on at this point. This is what you're going to get. So now we need to update this to reflect you and not the fake person, right? So we have this open in our browser. I'm going to copy this little bottom piece of my email. I'm going to open up the checklist that we already had open from our download. I'm going to, again, create this blank page, and I'm going to paste my footer for my email. Okay, so now clearly this doesn't fit on this page. So we are going to have to rework this just a little bit. You could also keep the same bottom that we have if you would like. I always like my things to match exactly. So I would personally want the bottom of this to match the bottom of my emails. So I'm going to do just that. I'm adjusting the images to fit across the bottom of this page. Okay, since this is a flyer, we can't have any clickable links here. So we're just going to get rid of that box. And we will then right click and click copy style. There we go. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to copy this, delete that box. We're just going to add it. There we go. I like that. And then I'm going to add myself down here. There's some too big, so we're going to minimize that. When your image is displayed a little bit smaller, I always like to maybe crop into my face a little bit more so people can see it. Okay, now I'm just going to select these and bring them down. And on this one, I want it to be in the middle. So, make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Looks great. Go with that still a little bit bigger. Here. That. Perfect. I'm gonna make this bigger, my logo. So you would definitely want to keep your logo on here. And I do think that these things could be a little bit bigger. I always like to pull to the side just so I know for sure we are centered. And also I just like that it locks it. Sometimes things just don't feel right. Yeah, I like that. I'm also going to give it a little bit more of a lift since I like to do lifts when they're on when it's on a dark, it's a light text on a dark background. That will help it just stand out just a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do here is now we're going to select this and I'm going to delete it. And then I'm just going to drag this puppy right here. Now, as you'll see, we're still a little close here, right? I'm not loving how close we are with our footer. So we're gonna make it us a little bit smaller. Okay. I think I'm going to make it look a little bit taller. Okay, in the original, I think my head popped off. There we go. You don't want to take this too low because you also don't want it to be cut off by your printer. That looks better. And now our change of address is completed. So now what we're going to do is we're going to download this onto our computer as a photo. Because remember, in our email, I said this is a photo that people are just seeing. So we're going to now download this to our computer as a PNG. Download. We're going to come back over to our email here. Wherever it downloads on your computer, go find it, drag it, and drop it to your uploads here. Okay, now this is the fun part. You're going to click and drag, and it's going to update it for you. So now your email shows you. Okay. Now over here, this image can also be updated to a photo of you. You would just drag your photo over and it'll populate into the phone. You can also double click on this just like the other ones and crop in if you want a closer look at your face. All right, so we're just going to want to make sure all of this stuff is updated. Once you know for sure that this is all updated and exactly how you want it to look, we are then going to come up here and we're going to go to download. We're going to select PNG. And what I want you to do is I want you to slide this all the way over. Now, when you're uploading to your email software, whatever you use for your email, if it says your image is too large, that you will need to make a smaller image and try to upload again, what you're going to want to do is come back here and I'm just going to have you pop it down 1 or 2. So in this case, 3, we're going to just kind of go down each time and then download again and then try to re-upload. If it tells you again it's too big, do it again, download and try to re-upload. And why I would want you to do that is because the better quality of image you download, so the bigger it is, the better quality, and the better quality that you can upload to your email, then it is going to show up in the emails of your followers and your subscribers very crisp and clean. If you get a pixelated image when you try to send out your emails, it is because you are not downloading in a high enough quality. A JPEG is a very small image. So if you were wanting to share something that you needed it to be small, like a really tiny thumbnail or something like that, I would do a JPEG. But honestly, I can't remember the last time I downloaded a JPEG out of Canva. I don't even know if I ever have. So I always use PNG just because of the higher quality. And again, we're going to go all the way up and then work our way down if needed. Sometimes it'll allow all of the images, but maybe one. And so then what I would do is I would allow the other ones to upload, and then I would come back and only update the page that it says did not update it because of the size. Now that might be, sometimes sizes can matter what's on the slide. So since this one is really text heavy and it doesn't have very many pictures, this one's going to download a little bit smaller. And then this one is probably going to be a little bit larger of a download because it actually has more assets in the actual picture to make it bigger. So that is something to think about. They might accept this one at the highest 3.125, but this one's, since it has more images, you might have to come in and just bounce this one of them down. And then you can just select that page when it select pages. It'll automatically show them all. You would just uncheck this one and you would find the one that you need to download. So you can either click on that page, or if you're sitting here staring at it on your screen, you can select the current. So for this example, though, we are going to bump it all the way up. We're going to select all because I want to download all of the images. Done. And now it's going to download to my computer. While it is downloading, sometimes it can take a little bit longer since I am doing such a high quality. I'm going to now jump over to my email provider. I use Constant Contact. I've been with them for years. If you've watched my videos in the past, you know that I am just a really big Constant Contact fan. They have technology that not a lot of other email providers have. And a lot of CRMs and email providers in the real estate industry are a little bit behind on some of the technology that some of these bigger companies can provide. So honestly, I prefer to use an email provider outside of the real estate industry. Even when I was selling high amounts of real estate, lots of volume, I still did not use my broker's email option. I just never felt like it was robust enough. I am also a weirdo about owning all of my own property. And I did have a situation one time where I had uploaded all of my information into my broker's CRM. And that broker didn't feel like I was following up fast enough. And so she got into my CRM and kind of came and was like talking to me about it. And I was just like, you went into my CRM? So after that, I was like, heck no, nobody's going to have access to my stuff. But I do want you to know, since I am using Constant Contact, that is what you are going to see. I am going to walk you through using Constant Contact. But remember, a lot of email providers and softwares really do work the same. So if we're uploading an image, just remember, I need to upload an image into my software. So if you're using KV Core, Follow Up Boss, what be it, you're going to just upload an image, so don't get too tied up in the fact that I'm not using the same CRM as you. Also remember that there are just so many, I can't train on all of them. So just keep that in mind as I'm going through, but the steps are going to be the same no matter what software. I'm going to go back to the screen share now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to create a new email. We're just going to hit email. We're going to just start from scratch. We just want a nice blank email. So this one just says start from scratch. We're going to select that one. You don't want HTML. You don't want PDF, nothing. You just want a regular email. So I personally do not like the background being dark. I always change mine over to white just because I feel like people, when they're reading the email, it feels more like a native email and not like it's stealthy. It feels like more like a written email, because when you receive a normal email that's just written, it always has the white background. So we just think that we naturally feel like it's a more personalized email when it has a white background. Okay, so I'm just going to delete that block. Didn't need it. So here's what we're going to do is this is our image. We now need to upload the image that we want to email out. So I'm going to click on our image box. Okay, right? You have to put your image box there first. And now our image box, once clicked, it says we can replace it. So that's what we want to do. Now we are going to upload our email. So you're going to want to go find it on your computer. Okay, so now here it is. We're going to click on that. Great, it looks perfect. We're going to insert it. Okay, so here's our email. Now you're probably thinking, wait, Kelli, that is tiny. There is no way anyone can read that. Now what? We're going to select this. We're going to actually, hover over it. And you see these arrows? Okay, we're going to select and drag with our button held down. We're going to make it as big as possible. Right now, look how big. That's awesome. Looks great, right? Okay, so now, just a little update. Here is definitely something that you should make sure you're doing inside of your email software is you're naming your emails correctly. So let's say this is Mr. Smith under contract. And we're going to say it is the checklist down. Okay, this is just internal. This is what we see. That's all. But that way, when you're scrolling through your emails, you know exactly which email this was. Now we want to update the subject line, and you could say something like a surprise freebie just for you. Okay, and then you would want to update this because that's what's going to show here. You can write whatever you want. So now we have our subject line and everything done. Okay, so now we need to attach our free download. There are two different ways that you can do this based off of what kind of email you have, what options you have with your email provider. So the first way is going to be attaching it inside of your email provider as a download. Not every email provider has this as an option. So now if I select this and I click on this link button up here, it gives me lots of options of how I can link this email. One of the options is a document. So that's exactly what we want because we want to attach a document. If they click download here, we want them to have this document. So we're going to click on that and we're going to upload a new document. Then you're going to go onto your computer and find the document that you want to upload. You're going to drag it here and hit upload, just like we did with the image. Okay. Once that document is uploaded, which it'll show you, that's what this is right here. You're just going to select it and then, okay. So now it's already linked, right? So let me show you. We're going to preview this bad boy. Oops. So now this is what it's going to look like. And if you click here, it'll pop open a new window and it'll have the checklist ready for them to download. Easy as that if you can attach a document inside of your email. Now, let's say you cannot do that. Remove this link. Okay, so now we don't have anything attached to it. Another way that you can do this that is cost efficient is we are going to link this to a website, a web page. Okay, so now open a new browser window. We're going to go over to our Google Drive. Now we're in our Google Drive. We're going to upload our PDF checklist. We downloaded it out of Canva as a PDF also. So now we have a PDF here. If you open it, you'll see it. Perfect, right? So now we are going to go to share. And then we're going to change this. Anyone with the link can view it. That's perfect. This will still allow them to be able to download. So now we're going to copy the link. We're going to go back to our email. And now we're going to link this email as it were a web page. So we're going to select web page. We're going to just paste that link we got from Google right there. Okay. And so now when we go to preview, instead of it coming straight from our email provider, when you click this download here button, which is really the whole email, it'll actually open up the PDF inside of Google Drive. It'll give them all of these options here. So that way they can download it straight to their straight to their computer as a PDF and then use the checklist. Now we want to go back to our email. So everything's working great. We're all linked up. And now we're going to hit continue. And then this is when you can select the people that you want to send it to. So that's it, guys. That is how you edit our emails. And you can also add the attachments that come with the email. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions over any of that I just covered, feel free to drop a comment down below. I'm happy to help. If there's anything else you would like us to record a training on, please also drop that as a comment or email us. Bye.